basically got my start in school. I was lucky enough to know right away, right out of high school, that, okay, I want to work in sports. I played soccer at a pretty high level and knew that it was an environment that I wanted to be in. And when I got into my first year, I applied for the event staff, which is essentially the game ops, of university.
Just getting your foot through the door.
Getting my foot in the door, stats, ticketing, that kind of thing. I just asked, hey, is there any opportunity or any chance that I could get on a microphone? Like, I can really see myself pursuing this, like, actually after school. And the guy was like, 100%. Like my boss said, yeah, we have an in-game host, but he just left. So if you're comfortable on a mic, we can have you just do a quick test run through a script. And then I came in my first year, did that. And then I just went in there confident and I just like read the script with a lot of energy. Yeah. And then they were like, okay, like, you're good. So they gave me the role as the in-game host for basketball, volleyball, and football. These are varsity sports. Mm-hmm. And it was just such a phenomenal entry level, like on camera, on mic experience to really, as you said, get my foot in the door and just gain comfortability with that kind of thing.
There's a lot I could riff off there, like just so many things. Like the first thing I want to say is I love the fact that you explained that you didn't even start doing this right off the rip being on camera. You were part of the event team. Mm-hmm, you were just finding a way to get your foot through the door. And I think a lot of people, when they want to get into this industry, when they want to work in sports, whether it's behind the camera, in front of the camera, ops, whatever, they're always trying to figure out, like, how do I get in the door? But right away. And instead of just like waiting until the opportunity came up, you took something that was completely unrelated to your lane. Like, you took that in stride and saw it as a way just to get through your foot through the door. Again, not a lot of people think about that. They just think it's like you're going to hop into the role, get into the driver's seat of being on camera or being a videographer. It's not always like that. And you kind of had to wait until that opportunity was open for you to take it.
Yeah.
Was it hard for you knowing that you had to like kind of wait for your time, or did you take it as a bit of a challenge to kind of just get familiar and let people know who you were in that moment? And how also, if you don't mind me, how did you let people know what you actually wanted to do when you got there?
So I was pretty upfront, to be honest with you. Like, I joined the event staff, and luckily for me, their in-game host role wasn't very competitive. And you and I talked about this just a few minutes ago before we were recording. My initial goal was to go to sport media at Ryerson and pursue that there, but I ended up seeing the McMaster campus and just feeling at home when I got there. So I thought, okay, let me just find every opportunity that I can here and just run with it. And so in that sense, it was nice because it wasn't very competitive when I requested to, be in that role.
It's not a university where the media side, it was a big part of it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we were saying, me going to TMU to Ryerson, there was a lot of people vying for that position. There was a sport media program literally built for people who wanted to be on air, make content.
Yeah.
And so you are a small fish in a big pond of people versus, in your case, in McMaster, you're the biggest fish in this really small pond. Like, you're kind of the only person out there. So you're taking advantage of your presence in that role and getting your foot through the door, making sure people knew who you were in the department was obviously the biggest thing that led to that.
Yes, exactly. And so when I said, is there a chance I can be on the microphone and be the in-game host here? I didn't actually know that was the role. I actually just saw that there was like a public announcing thing, which is kind of like 1 point for McMaster, and that's not really my vibe, but I just wanted to, get that experience regardless. And that's when they introduced me to this role. And it was kind of you actually want to do that? Sure. Like they obviously wanted to make sure that I was good at it. And I had the personality for it. But you're right. It's one of those things where nobody else was volunteering to do it. So it was nice in the sense that I was the big fish, as you said, but I still had to prove myself as a person that could handle that role and thrive in it. So it was just about getting to know everybody on the team and like showing that I'm a big personality, that I am good at this, that I can get the crowd.
You are your own biggest cheerleader. Yeah, like you have to be your own self-promoter.
And I think having that first year experience as the in-game host, that was really cool in the sense that it got me a lot of exposure within the community, especially within like athletics and recreation at Mac, so that in my second year I could pitch this video series saying, hey, I've been working with these athletes for a year. I've been like presenting on camera for a year now. So I think when it comes to like waiting for my time, I think that's that first year of experience. That's what got me to on camera and like doing exactly what I envisioned myself doing when I got to school.